Hey everybody, welcome to the Stack Your Points. This is the Monday edition, which is our Back to Basics segment. This is a section where we talk about all things basic credit cards, whether it is knowing what an introductory APR offer is, what are transfer partners and how do I access them, what rules does American Express have. All of this and more will be answered in this section. This is our weekly section, just getting those who are new to credit cards kind of up to speed.
Welcome to this week's episode of Stack Your Points. As always, I'm Matt from the Matt Lawson YouTube channel, joined by Tariq from Reek's Rewards. How are you today, sir?
I'm good. Working for these last few days for Thanksgiving are going to be a drag, but I'm going to get through it. And at least we have today to record for our wonderful viewers and listeners.
Absolutely. And we'll be the amuse-bouche for your Thanksgiving festivities because we're going to be launching this episode on Wednesday. Also with me, as always, is Lonnie from Call Me Lonnie, back from travels and hopefully rested. How are you today, sir?
Back from travels, yes. Rested, not 100%. We're pushing like 75, 80%, but we're getting there. I got a little voice back if you can't tell.
I definitely can. And finally, RJ. RJ, I stepped into your role as AP last week, and I don't want to do that again for a little while. Thank you for all you do. How are you today?
I'm better. I was in quarantine because I was very, very sick because my 2-year-old niece gave me a cold, and kids' colds are the devil. But I am better. Not 100%. I think I've had about 300 cough drops in the last like 3 days. But I am better. I can talk, which is a prerequisite for a podcast.
All I'm hearing is that children are biohazards.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, and when they go to places like daycares and nursery schools and pre-K and kindergarten, they're just
It's a perpetual sickness that just never ends.
yes. This is the sick that never. I'm going to stop that right now. All right, we're going to start as always with our back to basics. This is our 30,000 foot view of various credit card programs, hotel programs, airline programs, and this week we are looking at choice privileges. Choice hotels are not necessarily the first hotels that come to mind, but when you look at them, they're sort of the road warrior hotel chain. You've got Comfort Inns, you've got Sleep Inns. At the top end, you've got Ascent and Cambria now. Those are usually overlooked properties when put in comparison to Conrads and LXRs and JWs. But there are lots of hotels in the program that do hit that upper echelon. Not to say that they go pound for pound with Hilton or Hyatt or Marriott, but they aren't slouching in those categories. Unlike Wyndham, where Wyndham is really good at the low end, and at the higher end, it gets a little more questionable. So, in looking at choice, we have 3 elite tiers and 4 tiers overall. You have member, gold, platinum, and diamond. Choice follows the same sort of setup as Wyndham from last week, where gold requires 10 nights at choice, platinum requires 20, and diamond requires 40 nights. There's also going to be rollover availability for that. We'll get into that in just a moment. So, all 4 levels have rewards for every stay. You can get your exclusive member rates at all 4 levels. That's just your typical discount for staying at a choice property. And when you book through Choice directly, members have access to promotions like free night sweet spots and stay twice, get a $50 gift card. This can also be stay twice and get X number of points. You get points on your hotel stays. You earn up to 10 points per dollar on rooms at over 7,000 choice locations. You do get bonus points at higher tier levels. So we'll go to that in just a little bit. Points don't forfeit. You get points plus cash availability for paying in portions of cash and points. Most other hotel chains do this as well. Exclusive to Gold, you get a 10% elite bonus points. You get elite reserved parking. You get early check-in, late check-out. You get a welcome gift, usually in the form of points, sometimes an amenity or a snack and beverage. So I usually go with points. You can roll over your nights each year. So members who have earned extra elite qualifying nights can take advantage of carrying them over into the next year with elite rollover nights, making it easier and faster to achieve or maintain status levels. So it takes 10 nights to achieve gold. You can roll over 9 nights to keep gold by spending that 10th night, much like Wyndham that we talked about last week. All elite member levels have a dedicated customer hotline. You can status match with Penn Play rewards. The Penn Play is a casino network, so you can link your choice privileges accounts with Penn Play, match your match your status, enjoy exclusive events and experiences, guaranteed seats at award-winning restaurants, and more. Diamond members will be matched to Penn Play Preferred. Gold and Platinum members will be matched to Penn Play Advantage level. Terms apply. Just check that out. And then you have room upgrades. When you get to Diamond, you'll have guaranteed room availability and complimentary breakfast for you and a guest. All of these levels have pretty much the same status across the board. Your elite rollover nights for Platinum is 19 nights, and for Diamond is 39 nights. At Platinum, you get a 25% point bonus, and at Diamond, you get a 50% point bonus. So that's kind of an overarching look at the program. You also can get rewards for dining. So Choice has its own dining program. It is the exact same dining program as everyone else's. It is through Rewards Network. Even more reason why I would love to do a Rewards Network subscription, as mentioned previously. You can also get Choice Privileges cruises. Find the perfect cruise through Carnival, Royal Caribbean, and more. Just go to choiceprivilegescruises.com. You can get choice points on your cruises, entertainment discounts, and rental car discounts. Those rental car discounts, 35% off base rates when renting your car through Avis and Budget. So they have a relationship with Avis and Budget. RJ, you've indicated that Choice is going to be more of a secondary system for you. What do you think of the system overall?
So the reason that I went with Choice as my backup to Hilton is partly because of ubiquity. Like there is something decent anywhere I want to go, right? And the thing with Hilton as my primary is there's probably something decent with Hilton wherever I want to go, but it's based on like levels, right? Like there might be a decent Hampton Inn where I want to be, but there might not be a decent Conrad where I want to be, or it might be just higher price than I want it to be, right? But there might be an Ascend or a Cambria that is cheaper and nice enough, right? So it's sort of playing that game where I figure out what I want to pay and then figure out between Hilton and Choice what is the closest to that number. And then if, neither work, then I look at the Marriotts and the Hyatts and whoever else, right? So it gives me a lot of flexibility because of how ubiquitous Choice is. I also really just like how simple the member levels are. There's not a ton of variation between gold and platinum other than the points boost and stuff. But when you get up to diamond, which is only 20 nights if you have the choice privileges card, the elite card. So 20 nights in a year is not particularly hard to get in a hotel chain, right? It's not the 60 or 80 or 100 of some other programs. So it's reasonable that I could get to diamond. So that is also helpful, right? It's not something that is so unattainable that I could never do it. Now, am I going to do it every year? Probably not, but it's something where if I put my mind to it, I can very easily do it, which is helpful. And, it's one of those things where I was not looking for my upper end stays. I'm not looking for the ones that I'm going away for a week, and wanting the best. I'm not looking to replace my JW Marriott's or, the Waldorf Astoria. That's not what I'm looking for in a secondary. So this really makes a lot of sense as a backup Also, their top card is $95, which I know that the credit card community is weird about like spending any money on cards, but the card is oddly overpowered for its price, or its annual fee. So it just seemed to be a really good fit. I also like to do a lot of road trips. I like to do sort of trips where I'm going out. I don't care about star level necessarily or other things like that. I care, is the room clean? Am I in a safe area? All of that stuff. So for those quick trips where I'm going somewhere, going to a sporting event, and just need a place to stay between point A and point B, I'm fine with going with something like this if the Hilton option, say, maybe doesn't have a very good customer review rate, or it's not in the area I want to be in. So it really is kind of, to me, the perfect backup option. I don't think it would ever be my primary, but for a backup option, I think it has sort of everything going for it.
No, that definitely makes sense. And other brands with Choice that you can book with, Choice bought the US Radisson properties. So all Radissons in the US are under the Choice brand. Choice also has a relationship with their Strawberry hotels in the Nordic countries. So Strawberry hotels you can book with Choice points. You can book, and if you book there, you'll gain your elite nights and things like that. So you do have a little bit of international exposure. You do get Radisson properties, which do kind of somewhat like a Radisson Red will fit in between like the Cambria Ascents of the world and the Comfort Inn and the Sleep Inn. Radisson Blue is up more with the Ascents and Cambrias. Now, one other thing is you do have the ability to status match. If you're staying at a Cambria, you can take elite status from one of the other hotel chains and status match to Choice Diamond. Now, the website does not tell you what other requirements there are to maintain Diamond, but there is an opportunity to status match to Diamond if you're staying at a Cambria property. Lonnie, any thoughts on Choice? Any thoughts on the program overall?
So I'm not familiar with it at all. I won't, after everything that you read and the experiences that RJ has shared and why she uses it as a secondary strategy, it makes total sense. Now, I also recently found out, in the same way as you mentioned with Radisson, that the Sandals all-inclusive resort properties are also under the Choice umbrella as well, I think. I'm like 98% sure. But
I did just see a Black Friday offer for 65% off sandals, so we're going to go with that.
Yeah. But that's also, I mean, if you're into all-inclusive resorts, you like your toes in the sand, bungalow over the water, or a room where you look out of linen flowy curtains in the morning over a sun-risen ocean, Choice can give it to you. Apparently not my plan A or plan B or my primary or secondary, but that doesn't mean that it's bad just because it's not popular. It's just might not be popular in this credit card community.
In addition to sandals, it's also beaches. So sandals and beaches. And they are running a promotion right now up to 65% off your stay and more. So
do they have beaches at beaches?
It'd be weird if they didn't have beaches at beaches, but
can I wear my sandals to beaches?
You can wear your sandals to beaches laying on a beach. I'm not going to take that any further.
And I can wear my sandals at Sandals, right? I see Tariq's head. Tariq's about to walk out on us.
I think he's just chilling right now. All he's doing right now is chilling.
Too many doggone dad jokes, and I'm usually like cool with them. It's just a lot today. Please stop.
You're on a podcast with two dads. I'm sorry. Tariq, your thoughts on the Choice system?
I mean, it's a solid program. Like, I feel like for me, regarding like kind of the similarities between like Choice and IHG, it makes it a little bit difficult because I mean it could be a toss-up for like I would say like the lower end properties for choice and for IHG. Obviously, not talking about the Intercontinentals or Kimptons. I mean, because we already know about that. But like it seems like it's just kind of similarity, and I mean they do have a really good uh premium credit card with that Choice Mastercard for earning choice points. So if I wasn't dabbling with IHG, it could easily be like a secondary option for me because of just wanting a hotel that's just a clean, comfortable place to stay that also has, at least a decent continental breakfast. So I could see myself being at Choice. Kind of a long story short on that one.
No. Now, you did mention those credit cards, so we're going to highlight those very quickly. These are the Choice Privileges MasterCard and the Choice Privileges Select MasterCard. These are issued by Wells Fargo, everybody's favorite bank to hate. Even though they don't really deserve your hate anymore, all the bad people are gone. But I'll go over these two cards. The Choice Privileges MasterCard is the pleasantly orange card with no annual fee. The Choice Privileges Select card is a World Elite MasterCard that comes with a very nice black design. Currently on the Choice Privileges card, you can get a 40,000 point bonus by spending $1,000 within the first 3 months of holding the card. That is good for up to 5 free award nights at Choice Properties. The Choice Privileges Select card is a $95 annual fee, but gets you 60,000 bonus points. Now, these cards will earn in the following categories. You'll get 16 times total points with the Choice Privileges MasterCard and up to 22 total points when booking at Choice Hotels with the cards. You'll get 5 points for 5 points with the Choice Privileges MasterCard at participating Choice Hotels. You'll earn 10 times points for being a member, and you get a 10% bonus for having gold status. You'll get gold status with the no annual fee card. You will get platinum status with the $95 annual fee card. You'll earn 10 points per dollar just for booking with the card. You'll earn another 10 points per dollar by being a Choice Privileges member, and you'll get that 25% bonus for being platinum status. On the cards themselves, you'll earn 3 times points on purchases at gas stations, grocery stores, home improvement stores, and phone plans from landline and cell phone providers on the no annual fee card. Those same categories will net you 5 times points per dollar with the Choice Privileges Select card, 1 times points on everything else for both cards. The Choice Privileges Select card will give you 30,000 bonus points every account anniversary, good for up to 3 nights at a Choice property. You'll also get TSA PreCheck and Global Entry credit with the Choice Privileges Select card. The Choice Privileges MasterCard, as I said, gives you automatic gold status. The Select will give you automatic platinum status. No foreign transaction fees on either card. Both cards come with $800 in cell phone protection if you pay your cell phone bill with the card. So you get your point multiplier, and you're going to get $800 of cell phone protection, subject to a $25 deductible. They're both issued by Wells Fargo. This makes perfect sense. And both are World Elite MasterCards, so you'll get additional offers, security benefits, concierge service, travel and lifestyle services through MasterCard Concierge, which other creators have mentioned is really, really good. And yeah, I'll say nothing further on that one. RJ, you hold the Choice Privileges Select card. What has been your experience with it so far?
I do hold it. I actually got the 90,000 point offer for the Select card that came out a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago, I think at this point. It was great. I put a cruise on it, which I didn't get an extra like kick for the points because it wasn't an elevated category, but it took care of the sub, which is what I needed to do. So it worked out there. No, it's a great card. It's actually in my wallet as the card I use when I go to like Lowe's and Home Depot because I don't really have another card for home improvement stores. And with all of the reno we've done at my house over the last several months, I occasionally have to like run to Lowe's or Home Depot and get something to outfit something. I like home kit stuff, so I'm, buying Philip Hughes lights and all of that fun stuff, which apparently I'm going to need to sell a kidney for soon because Philip Hughes is a lover of extracting money from me, even more than Apple lately. So there's always that. But yeah, I actually really like this card. This might be my favorite card in the sub $100 annual fee category. Like, this card is really good. That 30,000 bonus points every year just for holding the card for $95 is worth it if it had no other extra features. The fact it's World Elite MasterCard, the fact that, I used it for TSA pre-check for somebody, all of those other features are great, but 30,000 points just for holding the card a year is pretty unheard of and pretty great.
I was just gonna say I do like the fact that with the Choice Privilege Select card, it's just pay the annual fee. Here's 30,000 points. Do what you want with it. I know the other credit cards, the hotel cards in that 95, thinking like the World of Hyatt, Bonvoy Boundless, and the IHG cards. It's like, hey, here's that free night certificate. And then like with IHG and Marriott specifically, it's like up to X amount of points. But if you burn your free night cert for like 20,000 points, that's just that. Versus with Choice, you burn 20,000 points, you still have 10K left. So I do like that. Good on you, Choice.
Yeah, it's a very valuable card. You'll net some pretty significant value, especially if you can spend like 3 free nights. You can book 10,000 points a night. You could get a week pretty easily, just using other points that you'll earn through the year. So that card seems to give you some pretty solid value, especially with TSA pre-check and the cell phone coverage as well. Like $800 in cell phone coverage on either a no annual fee card or $95. Pretty impressive. The other Wells Fargo no annual fee cards are like $600, and then the Autograph Journey is $800. But Lonnie, your thoughts on the Choice Privileges cards?
Like I mentioned earlier, I never even looked in their direction before, so I'm learning all of this in real time. But for example, the stuff y'all just listed off, yeah, it's great. I'm just going to use cell phone protection because that's more of a MasterCard thing than it is like a specific retailer or brand aspect. But to know there's another option out there for that coverage, y'all know me, I got a lot of phones. So to have coverage on a $0 card, or at least a card sub $100 annual fee, it's a great perk. I can only think of one other card that's $0 annual fee that gives it to you, but we're not going to drop that one tonight. We'll probably end up dropping that name tonight. Y'all know what name it is. If you watch the channel, you already know who it is.
There are at least 4 other credit cards with no annual fee that I can name there. The Wells Fargo Reflect card gives you cell phone protection, the Wells Fargo Active Cash, the Wells Fargo Autograph, and the no annual fee Choice the Choice MasterCard.
So that's 5 total options right there. So,
yep.
I don't pay attention to Wells Fargo. I only got one card that comes from Wells Fargo, and it's from the same company that we're not bringing up tonight. But when it comes to the bonus categories, those particular perks, how you can earn those points, how you can redeem those points, it's pretty cut and paste, copy and paste, cut and dry, whatever the terminology is. I'm pulling a Tariq right now. I'm going to just blame it on being tired. It's pretty straightforward, but the difference is not the card themselves. It's not what the cards offer. It's can you use it or not. So if you're not staying at Choice Properties or interested in staying at Choice Properties, then it's not the card for you at the end of the day.
So we're going to take a break from hotels and move to another area for Back to Basics next week. But as always, Back to Basics is kind of our giant overview of a select program or select set of credit cards, just kind of going over what they offer and what potential value you could find if you so chose to go down that path. So that's going to do it for Back to Basics this week. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next week. With that'll do it for this episode of Stack Your Points. As always, please leave us a 5-star recommendation if you like what you hear on the podcatcher of your choice. You can hear us across all of the podcatchers. Need to make sure that last week's show actually got submitted to podcatchers. Anyway, you can catch us here on the YouTube on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. If you have a question, drop it in the comments. If you want to join our Discord server, please feel free to. It is a great space where we are always active on many different forms of discussion, not just credit cards. So it's a great place. And like, subscribe, and we will talk to you next week. Thanks for now.